Monday. Welcome back. New week, huge week. In fact, probably Uber and Lyft's most important week, right? And all the media, all the excitement around the bluff. Will they do it? Won't they do it? We shall see, right? I still maintain they are staging the biggest rideshare bluff in history. BB Junk Stuffix in the house. Brian's here. Welcome you, my friend. Hope you're great. Happy week. Happy new week, everyone. Hope your weekend was awesome. Hope you're safe. Hope you're doing well. Hope your family is healthy. Today, Uber, good morning. Today, Uber files a court reprieve. For those who don't know what the definition of court reprieve is, it's basically a delay in punishment, such as a condemned prisoner, a delayed punishment. Punish us later, but for now, allow us to continue. Uber California ain't going to do that because they know that, hey, if we punish you later, you get to the finishing line in November and you have sort of a 50-50 chance on Proposition 22 to get a yes. I'm voting no for many reasons, but I respect each person's vote. I hope you've read the details of that proposition, understand it well, and not just listen to sound bites and what they're telling you, but that you actually go and study the proposition. So Uber files a reprieve. Again, what does that mean? It means to delay a punishment. And for example, of someone such as a condemned prisoner, to give relief or deliverance for a time. Please, courts, don't punish us now. Punish us later. Mark Caesar's in the house. Marcos Suarez is in the house. Samir SF is in the house. QGS is in the house. Rick Nelson is in the house. Good. I welcome you all. So it's a lot of news, but a little bit of good news for the Uber Eats people. Even if Uber rides come to a stop in California, Uber Eats still has a green light. So I've been asked that over and over again, what happens to us Uber Eats delivery people? You still have the green light, right? Arm wrestler guy, how are you? Mark Lugo in the house. Uber Eats still has the green light. There it is. It doesn't affect you, this ruling. But this was decided on August the 10th. They got 10 days. August the 20th is the day of reckoning. If they shut down, right, ridership is down 80% anyway. So it might be the safest time to shut down in California. They'd have to shut down all the way through to November and hope and pray that the public, the passengers, and some drivers rescue them on Prop 22. But I think if Dara shuts down, he gets chopped, he's out, they'll kick him out, they'll fire him, because his strategy, the strategy of legal counsel, Tony West, all senior and special counsels failed horribly. They were disgraced in media, right? So, another reason why I don't think they would shut down, you've built the company for 10 years, now you chop it off, watch your drivers go and move elsewhere, watch your riders go. Firstly, they'll be pissed off. Secondly, they might drift off to other companies and say, listen, this is not worth it. Gregorio Vargas is in the house. Good morning. I agree with Arm Wrestler Guy, absolutely. Nifty 50 is in the house. How are you guys? Hopefully you had a great weekend. I had a fantastic weekend with my kids. Got a lot done on my car. Went surfing. got a bit of a tan, got some good relaxation in. You know what happens on Monday? You back to work, right? Sort of like Sunday, you wind down and like, okay, Monday morning, back to life, back to reality. Uber de português. Tás bom de português. How are you, Portugal? Are you in Rio? Are you in Brazil? Are you in Lisbon? Are you in Cascais? Are you in Estoril? Are you in Sao Paulo? Where are you, Portugal? Tás bom. Mohammed Khalil says, greetings, Professor. Reporting for duty. Khalil! We'll all report for duty, my friends. It's Monday. Whatever you're doing, Mohammed, I just hope and pray everyone stays safe. Go Donnie. Go Donnie, Commer's in the house. Just another manic Monday. Paul Figueroa says, is Lyft going to shut down as well? Yeah, the same threats, right? I think the same fear-mongering, the same fear marketing, the same bluffs. Let them shut down, man. Let them shut down. They're not going to do it. It's going to ruin their business. And Darren knows if he shuts down, he admits to defeat, right? GoDonnyCom says, hope you caught my video with you in it in New York, New York. Oh, no, I didn't. Can you send me that link? I would love to see it in New York, New York, city of Dana. New York, New York. Is that the Frank Sinatra version or is it the Alicia Keys version? Yeah, Paul Figueroa. Thomas is, I've actually dedicated this afternoon's video to Thomas, right? Because it's sort of like, you know, when you're dealing with Paul Figueroa and you're dealing with Thomas Gibson, you're dealing with the best of the best in San Diego. Guys that have perfected their model, right? And are printing money. Both Paul and Thomas, they know their game. And just to verify that, this week, $2,438.45. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Oh, I like the Alicia Keys version, Mohammed. I also like the classic, the Frank Sinatra version. New York, New York. It's up to you. New York, New York. Laura knows I can't sing. She's laughing in the kitchen. She's smiling. Club version. Oh, I want to see the club version. There is a club version. Love to listen to the techno club version. I'm game. I'm down. Yeah, he's in beast mode, and you will see when I say the best of the best, there's just people that follow a very, very simple 10-point formula, and they make all the money, right? Now, I did make a video on a character that I spoke to, that we emailed back and forth, sent me all the proof, a guy that I believe has set multiple records. Of course, records are there to be broken, so if you have higher numbers, send them on over. I'll replace that. You know, just like Michael Phelps, right? He goes out there, breaks multiple swimming records. Who knows? In the next few years, those records might be broken. But for now, they are safe. Now, this guy, this individual, 112 trips in 24 hours. 112 trips in 24 hours. Averaging about $5 per trip. That's not much money. That I don't call that money. I would not work 24 hours for an average of $5 per trip. Firstly, that's just me. You might be cool with that, but I don't see $5 per trip being money, right? Overall, that day, you obviously made a lot of money, you know, over $600 and something just on Lyft alone, I think it was. But and then he also did 500 trips in 1 week. But again, being in the car for 24 hours, ladies and gentlemen, it's dangerous. It's not healthy. I wouldn't do it. Let's see, who else do we have here? We have the Rideshare consultant. So Happy California is taking action against Uber and Lyft. Well, they haven't left yet. They haven't left yet. So that's not quite accurate. They are threatening to leave. What I call the bluff of the century. But shut down. Don't talk about it. Just shut down, right? You got yourself here. You got yourself to this point, right? Had they gone out, both Uber and Lyft, and treated people as true independent contractors in all 50 states and abroad, they wouldn't be in this mess. They wouldn't. But they fudged the law, they changed the law, and now they're here. And now they're screaming foul, and now they say, well, we'll threaten, we'll shut down. Today, they filed a reprieve. Again, what is the meaning of a reprieve? To delay punishment, right? To give relief or deliverance for a time. They want punishment later. Allow us to keep on going. I don't think the courts are going to grant that, to be honest. I really don't, right? But as I mentioned here, Uber Eats drivers are safe, right? By the way, here it is. Uber Eats drivers are safe for the moment. Let's check in on the stock. Not doing very well, under $30, right? The markets are uncertain. What's Uber going to do? Are they going to shut down? We shall see. Arm wrestler guy, 500 trips in a week. Is that possible? So let's divide 500 by 7, 70 trips on average per day. On the one day, he did 112 on that St. Patrick's Day. So, I mean, is it possible? The guy admits he sleeps in his car and all he does is drive. He takes a few hours rest, takes a shower and drives. He did that to set records. He did that to write his book. Well, good for him, right? He's going to write his book. But I wouldn't chase those numbers. I wouldn't try to duplicate that. I find it dangerous, right? You're going to get tired. You're going to make some stupid mistake. You might even create an accident if you try and work around the clock to chase those type of numbers. I don't think it's completely responsible. But if he did it for his book, great for him. Martha Hoffman's in the house. What's your gut feeling about this latest move? Well, the latest move is if you file a reprieve, you're showing that you're basically acknowledging and saying, okay, punish me later, right? That's what a reprieve is. To file a reprieve today means punish me later. Okay, we know you want to punish us, but punish us later. We shall see what happens to this reprieve. But we're on the 17th, folks. This will kick in if they cannot come to some deal with the state. On 8/20, they would not be allowed to operate, right? We shall see. We shall see what happens to the Royal Bluff. Martha Hoffman says, wonder if the 500 trips week or 24 hours of 100 rides are switching out drivers. That doesn't seem... Yeah, exactly. That's a very valid question. Were drivers switched out, right? Is this like, the race Le Mans, the 24-hour Le Mans, when you drive and you switch out drive? You're driving for 24 hours, but you are switching out drivers in the car. Is that what the guy is doing? We don't know, right? Samir says, Prof, I'm suing Lyft, filed lawsuit against Lyft for 4 years of wages. Good. Get the money. Get paid. Wicked Hustle Guy says, it really only takes 5 seconds for an accident to happen. That's it. Less than 5 seconds, right? You're tired. You're not down. You've been driving. Boom, and you slam into the car behind you, or you drive through an intersection. Could be game over. Not worth it. To chase those records, not worth it. And again, I am not endorsing those numbers. I think they're impressive. I think they're crazy high. I'm not endorsing that, because endorsing that would mean myself promoting a dangerous environment that could possibly lead to an accident or death. Not going to happen. Go Donny Com. Oh, Mark Caesar says, where are the likes? Let's see. Okay, we have 52 people in the house. Very simple. If you believe that we are pushing for change, if we believe that we've achieved anything, just smash that like button. Greatly appreciated. Go Donny Com says, you were on the video, New York City drivers log, you were introducing New York City. Oh, cool. I want to see that video. I'm going to go and check that video out. I definitely will. I definitely will. Marcos Suarez, thank you. Open watching all your old videos. You have a lot of good information. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you know, the other day, a guy says, well, you're only bringing negative news. I say, listen, if you judge me by my last set of videos, I am reporting on negative news. I am reporting on the shenanigans, right? But if you look at my history, 8,400 videos, right, in 9 channels. 8,400 videos in 9 channels. That, I think, is a rideshare record, right? I'll tell you what, 95% of those are positive. Until somewhere end of 2019, Dara and Uber decided to screw over a lot of drivers. And I'll admit, that's when I went to battle. That's when I went to war with Uber. Because to steal my money, to steal your money, nobody steals from me, right? And I'm sure you don't like to be violated, right? You don't like to be wrongfully deactivated, so you stand up for yourself. And I think that's a good thing. So, yeah, prior September 2019, including that 75-25 split, those were pretty good times. Now, on top of the pandemic, with all these low rates, with all these wrongful deactivations, it's a very stressful environment to work in. Hugh Wade says, aid 18 stops this weekend. Basically, Saturday made 640 OC California, used half tank of gas in 4Runner. Wow. Damn. I think the 4Runner is getting better and better on. Firstly, it's a brilliant car. It's a fantastic car. Secondly, I think the fuel consumption compared to the old 4Runners has got way, way better. I mean, those are good cars. In any Toyota, we had a Toyota Tacoma in the shop the other day. I did 450,000 miles and still going. 1984 model. We fixed it. We fixed some suspension issues for a client. Great cars. Toyota Sienna, great car. Toyota Corolla, great car. Toyota Camry, fantastic car, right? Toyotas build good cars, period. Sean T. Uber says, I almost lost control of my vehicle last night, avoiding debris on the freeway. Luckily, it was a soft suitcase, and I have a good tire that stuck the swerve. Wow. Glad you okay, buddy. Glad you had those amazing skills to maneuver around and that you had a good car with good tires. Thank God nothing happened to you. That's scary, right? I drove here in LA once down the 405, right there by the 10 in that corner. It was completely misty. And you know, come around the corner and there's a car in that corner, right? And you're driving through the mist there and it's right there. You have to act quick, just like he had to act quick, right? He had to swerve. And then you hope that your car is made up for it. And you hope and pray that someone's not in the other lane next to you. It can happen quickly. Keep the eyes on the road. Martha says, my Chevy Malibu gets up to 54 miles per gallon. Wow, very impressive. Chris Bowman's in the house. Good morning, Prof. I can tell you the number of times when I was driving, pushing myself, falling asleep with my eyes open, not worth it. Exactly. It's not worth it. It's not It's not worth it. Hey, sorry. Yes, yes. Yeah, I realized I don't have. If you just plug in on that one, thank you. I don't have any. I've got 2 streams going. Sorry, I was talking to someone. To Liam, Douglas says, greetings everybody. I hope everyone is safe out there. Hi, Prof. Just wanted to know if you think that other states will follow. Yeah, if California wins this, let's say in the next 48 hours, I think a lot of states will feel encouraged. I feel that a lot of states will feel that they need to take action and start collecting as well. Right. Garcia Bui is in the house. Rick Nelson, UberX surge rates crazy right now, even if you don't set your own rates. And the people that are driving now, as Rick Nelson says, even if you're not setting your own rates, the surges are high. Uber and Lyft need the money, so they're gonna push those surges up. They are going. The demand, the supply of drivers does not meet the demand of riders. A lot of drivers are still staying away because of COVID. So whether between surge and setting your rates, you're making money. You know, that's why. I mean, look at these numbers, right? Look at these numbers. That's this week, August the 10th till August the 17th. There it is. That's this week. That is why the numbers are high, right? Very dangerous to drive out there, putting yourself in a potential dangerous situation. But the money right now, with the majority, let's say at least 70% of the drivers still not working, not out there, the numbers are high. Wicked Hustle Guy, and by the way, Our House Mondays, this is your platform. Today, I just read out messages from the people. Martha Hoffman, can local driver take over in California? They sure can. And by the way, let me just Sherelle's in the house. Good morning, Sherelle. She says, now would be a good time to activate local drivers, especially if Uber shuts down. And their president of the co-op in Canada sent me about 3 messages this morning. You are static. Huh. Didn't realize I'm static. Am I static? Static. Omres, the guy says, hey, Prof, bottom line, Uber cannot exist without drivers. We are the ones that make Uber billions, and they crap on us, totally backstab us all the way. They caused their own. They did. They got themselves here. There's no doubt about it. Couldn't have said it better. They got themselves into this situation, and now they got to deal with it, right? Okay, clear audio. Audio is fine. Thank you. Sound check. Thank you. Jimmy's in the house. Good. I got your email, Jimmy. Good one. Let's see. What do we have here? Samia says, do you think other companies will merge to the market and take out Uber? Well, it's like, if the market is what it is right now, which means 70-80% of your drivers are not driving, right? Why pour crazy money into a market, right? right? People are trying to ride this out, and then if it bounces back, they'll jump back in again. But you're not going to pour in a lot of marketing dollars and company dollars into these times, into a model that's not working very, very well during the pandemic. This rideshare side is not working for Uber and Lyft right now. The only thing that's keeping Uber surviving is the food deliveries, and Lyft is just barely hanging in there. Did you see what happened to Lyft stock? It's in bad shape. Martha, yes, that's correct. Still am. Still am. Arm wrestler guy says you're rubbing. Arm wrestler guy, I would like to arm wrestle you. I really would. I really would. I know the techniques, and I've arm wrestled many times and made myself good money in South Africa arm wrestling. So we should arm wrestle sometime. Should be fun. We can do a live arm wrestle. One Little Lamb Bible Study says, great point. Go get your taxi license or TNC license on your own authority before it's too late. I have been preaching and pushing that forever and ever and ever since I started this channel. Go out there and create your own true independence. If you want to be a true independent contractor where you set the rates, you decide which trip you want to take, you decide if you want to turn someone down, then go and get your TNC or your TCP license, please. Martha, I am still driving private. I do very well there. I know my clientele. I know how careful they are during the pandemic. I know that they wear their masks and get into the car, and they know that I sanitize the car. I mean, it's purely based on a trust, knowing these private individuals. If I had any remote doubt, I would not be driving these people. Tonight, I am picking someone up and taking them to Hollywood. I know the individual. Ray the Mail Uberman driver. Yeah, what's happening to the mail? What's happening to the mailman out there? What's happening to USPS? Do you have any update for us, Ray? Did he use Uber 12 hours, then Lyft 12 hours? Because otherwise impossible. Yes, correct. Many people have done that. 12 hours one, 12 hours other. That's when I did Coachella. That's how I was doing it, bouncing between both apps plus a lot of trips to fill out that 24 hours. Shouldn't have done it. I did it on one weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, made $4,900, $4,900 in 3 days at Coachella. With maybe 3 days, maybe 5, 6, 7 hours sleep at max. Actually nodded off in the car and then woke up, coffee, Red Bull, kept on going. Not going to do it again. Those were sort of like in the crazy beginnings. I'm not going to do it again. Douglas says, I've been driving private since March. Good for you, buddy. Teddy is in the house. Good morning. Our House Mondays. Thank you. Teddy's in both streams, giving me some extra hours also on the Rideshare Driving channel. Thank you. That's the stock price right now, $29.65. Uber seeks court reprieve after California shutdown threat. Articles by Claire Roth from Bloomberg. Uber Technologies Incorporated joined Lyft in asking an appeals court for an extended reprieve on converting California drivers to employees after both companies warned that rapid overhaul of their business models may force them to suspend operations in their home state. Ride-hailing firms are trying to buy time. That's all they're doing, buying time, after a San Francisco judge issued an August 10th order that upends their business. Oh, hiccups. model and may require them to provide hundreds of thousands of drivers with benefits, including health insurance. So they want more time. They want to buy more time. So arm wrestler guy says, check out my Facebook, lots of arm wrestling tourneys and pulling with my crew. That's awesome. You can leave the link right here. Put the link down. I'd like to check that out. Mark Caesar says, to do that, you are putting passengers at risk and yourself at risk. You're putting other passengers at risk. You're putting your own life at risk, pushing 24 hours. I agree. And it was a record that I wanted to chase. This guy was chasing his own records, but driving for 24 hours, I know now is not a smart thing. You know, you don't want to nod off and fall asleep, cause an accident, kill someone, kill yourself, not worth it. One Little Lamb Bible Study says, Dara made a big mistake. Now drivers will stop relying on Uber and get their own license. He's not worth 200 million. Well said. Martha Hoffman, would you consider the Uber CEO board position? Firstly, I'll be honest, I don't think I have all the qualifications for that. To sit on the board as a driver advisory member or representative, yes. Am I cut out to run that operation? I mean, I've managed companies, I've run companies, but you know, Uber, you're inheriting such a big mess. Like every day would be a surprise if you're an Uber CEO. And you know, you're operating in Africa, you're operating in Europe, you're operating in Canada, you offer North America, you're operating in South America, you're operating in Asia. I mean, every day would be another crazy surprise. So not worth the stress, not worth the money. Dara's life cannot be cool, having to pay $2 million plus for security. People hate him. Must be so crap to go out in the public as the CEO of Uber. So the answer is no, no, and no again. It's not worth it. It's that company, in my eyes, is tarnished. That company, in my eyes, has lost the respect of a lot of drivers. And it would be a mammoth, mammoth uphill battle to change the culture of Uber, right? Because that's what you really have to do. You have to completely and utterly change the culture of Uber to get this company going. Because look, it's not breaking out over the $30 mark. And why is that? It's because negative news announcement after negative news announcement after setback after setback. Dara Khosrowshahi has a horrible job, and they got themselves there. Nifty 50's life. Yeah, when is the Congress going to pass the stimulus bill? So Congress now is doing an emergency. They're reconvening because of what's happening with the United States Postal United States Postal Services. They're concentrating on that. But they would only reconvene in September. To continue those discussions. So I don't see anything happening on that front until September, unless Steve Mnuchin, Meadows, Nancy Pelosi, and Schumer can come to some agreement and then go and discuss it with Donald Trump. Mark Routen's in the house, but I'm not optimistic on that one. I really am not. The Rideshare consultant, does anyone find it strange that for Lyft and Uber to be competitors, they sure do act alike? Oh, those guys, Dara, John Zimmer, and Logan Green, they go to bed together. All three of them cuddle up in a big king-size bed. They work together. They call each other. All of their moves are synchronized, right? They are equally scared. They have equally conned. They've equally got themselves to this point. I am not surprised if they have a giant king bed and at night, all three of them go lay down and sleep, right? John Zimmer, Logan Green, and Dara Khosrowshahi. My theory is they have one big giant duvet blanket and 3 pillows in their bed. I think I answered your question, right? Samir says, what happens if a driver doesn't accept Uber or Lyft offer? Oh, if they will make a low ball offer. If you decline it, then basically the arbitrators will rule. You see, what you're trying to do is you're trying to go to arbitration or to the courts, to mediation, right? Mediation, arbitration, almost the same thing, to reach an agreement before the judge has to rule over it. So if you don't reach that agreement, if you don't accept that amount, the arbitrator or the judge could rule. You might not get anything. You might get a lot more. It's a gamble, depending. If you believe your case is so strong, right? Oh, you know what? I'm not going to accept cents on the dollar. Let's say I wanted $100,000. You're offering $3,000. No, roll the dice. Let the arbitrator, the judge decide. Could award you the amount, could shut you down and you get nothing, right? And it's a good thing that they're mediators and that you can cut a deal outside of the courtroom. It's a good thing, right? Trials are insanely expensive, super expensive, right, to go to trial. And you're not guaranteed a victory. And even if you're guaranteed a victory, the company usually appeals and it keeps on going and you keep on paying more and more money. Viguilla says 50-50, 50-50 on what? Roy Watka says, I did 29 hours straight once, not worth it. I'll never do it again. Thank you. Don't do that again. And it's good if we can admit that. I would admit right away, never doing 24 hours again at Coachella. Not worth it. Not worth it. Hey, Go Donnie, do you have the link to that video, that New York video? Uber and Lyft want to defy California's gig economy. The state should call their bluff. I agree with this. I totally agree with this. See this line here? Uber and Lyft want to defy California's gig economy. The state should call their bluff. If Uber won't follow the rules, it should move over and make space for companies that will. Another headline, just reading headlines. This one is by CNN Business. Uber and Lyft could shut down in California this week. It may not help their cause. It may not help their cause. I don't think it would help their cause at all. You've built this company up over 10 years. You've spent all that money discounting, subsidizing, getting those riders, and suddenly you chop them off. Drivers, they're probably like, well, we can replace a driver. There'll be enough drivers out there if we open up again. And they're right. The drivers will come back. Some will move on, right? But I think the biggest damage that they would do is towards their riders if they shut down on the 20th of August. Dustin, good morning. Hope you and your family are doing well. What's going on, everyone? It's going on. I mean, right now, Dustin, Uber and Lyft drivers are still on the road in California. Let's see what happens in 48 to 72 hours, right? I mean, will it come to a screeching halt? What do you think? Is it the biggest bluff, or are they going to do it? What would you, if you had a dollar, Dustin, and you'd have to bet, will they shut down or are they bluffing? Where would you put your dollar? I mean, they filed a reprieve today, right? A reprieve. They filed a reprieve. To reprieve meaning to delay the punishment. For example, someone such as a condemned prisoner, to give relief or deliverance for a time. Reprieve. Right?
or it's a basketball training app.
When faced with tough legislation over the years, Lyft and especially Uber relied on a tried and tested playbook. Threaten to suspend the service in an area. That was their playbook, right? The threat, which the companies would sometimes follow through on, appeared designed to rile up customers and drivers and put more pressure on lawmakers. Now, Uber and Lyft are once again betting on a version of this playbook as they confront a heated legal battle in their home state over a new law impacting how much of the on-demand economy classifies its workers. The two companies have said they may suspend their operations in California as soon as this week, while simultaneously pushing for a referendum in November to exempt them from the law known as AB 5. But industry watchers say the shutdown may not have the same impact on residents now as it once did in earlier fights because of the steep drop in ridership from the pandemic. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's there to hear it, then it didn't really happen, said Bradley Tusk. If voters couldn't get an Uber or a Lyft when they wanted it, that's one thing, but ridership is down so drastically. If this does prompt a political outcry, it'll come from drivers, not from riders. I agree. I think it'll come from both. The threats from Uber and Lyft to halt their business came after a California court ordered them last Monday to reclassify their drivers in the state as employees in 10 days. The reclassification would represent a radical shift for the two businesses. I am not for Inland Empire. Salvi's in the house. Good morning. Blessings to you and my sister, to all the sisters and brothers. Dustin says they shut down and left Austin, Texas, so I do believe they're going to shut down. Okay, good. So that you put your dollar on that, they're going to shut down. That's good. I'm of the opinion that both sides should talk and give up a little and come up with a hybrid law. Figure out something where you can create a win-win-win situation. Win the state, win the companies, win the drivers. Figure it out. Friskin native 415, I'm confused. What single element am I missing from being a contractor? I start and stop when I want, as dictated by the platform that I choose or do not choose. Well, here's the thing. A year ago, were you able to set your own rates, right? Were you able to choose your destination? Would you have to fear of being deactivated because you didn't choose a trip? Did you get a timeout because you didn't choose a trip? They made some minor adjustments in the last few months to comply with AB 5, looking a little bit more like a true independent contractor, but not a fully qualified independent contractor. In the eyes of the law, I can tell you in 2019 and 2018 and 2017, you were not an independent contractor. You are a step closer towards IC today because they made some modifications. But why these double standards? Why does California get these set of rules that are making some people, you know, $2,400 a week, right? And in neighboring Arizona and neighboring Nevada, you don't have those privileges. So that's like double standards, right? Roy Watkins, guess what, people? I don't give a damn. Good. Guess what? I don't give a damn. Dustin says, Lyft even said if it was to make employees only 20% of drivers now could still drive. Probably true. But it's not in their interest. This is their number one market. San Francisco, LA, San Diego, Orange County, California, period, is the number one market. So they will fight. They will fight and fight to work out some deal. They cannot afford to lose California. I mean, they started the company in San Francisco. Everyone that I know uses an Uber or Lyft in San Francisco. I mean, would they want to say goodbye to that mammoth market? I don't think so. David Garcia in the house. Good morning. Good morning. All right, we're on 45 minutes. I have to go down to the courthouse and file some more papers. Tried to do it electronically yesterday through the e-file. Didn't allow me to file the documents, and I have to go down all the way to the courthouse and file additional documents against Uber. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to be down in Long Beach. Friscan native 415, I work and live in San Francisco. Is a part of the culture now. I find it hard to bet they would leave. Yeah, I mean, San Francisco, it truly is part of their culture, right? It's a city where everyone knows the name Uber and Lyft. It's truly part of the San Fran culture, is Rideshare. This is where it was born. This is where both these companies were born. You know, I don't think you'll meet a single San Francisco citizen who says, oh, I've never taken an Uber and a Lyft. No, they all have. Roy Watkins, I have not driven since March the 15th, so that's the point. I don't care. I'm with you. I hope they are, Jimmy. I hope the courthouse is open for filings. As far as what I read online, it was open, from what I could tell. The state should call their bluff. There's a lot of big headlines here, right? This one here. Uber seeks court reprieve after California shutdown threat, and Uber Eats drivers are safe. Cesar Gabriel Hernandez, viewing from Colombia. Are you in Bogota? Where are you? Hello, Colombia. We send you our regards. Hope you are all safe down there in Colombia. Bogota. Martha, much love back. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. I really do. It's very, very encouraging when you're going out there and battling such a big identity, and you get a lot of good support from real good people. Thank you. Nifty 50 says, same here. I haven't driven since March. Samir, I think all the judges hit Uber and Lyft, especially in California. They're sick and tired of the games. The courts are tired of the games, the long game, delay. They're going, you know, file by time. Judges are sick and tired of that, so they're squeezing them now for a resolution. Isaac Rico's in the house, flexing. I like it, flexing it. Did you do your workout this morning? Look, I mean, these numbers here, these numbers don't lie. This is August the 10th till August the 17th. These are big numbers still in Cali, right? Big numbers. Mark Roughton, hammer time. IQ boys in the house. If I lived in San Fran, I wouldn't have a car either. No parking, just alone would give me headaches. You know, when I took my kids, we went for a little weekend, you know, like a road trip to San Fran, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I mean, we did all the tourist spots, but man, did I battle to find parking. And I cannot even tell you how much money I spent on paid parking, overnight parking, underground parking. I think I even got a parking fine because I was in a wrong zone like for 15 minutes. I mean, the parking nightmare in San Francisco, I mean, they really screw you. Yeah, Roy Watkins is talking a lot about Hotshot. He says Hotshot is a wonderful thing, people. Go check it out, Hotshot. What markets are they in, Hotshot? Wicked Hustle Guy says, I made 800 in 32 hours last week. It has been really good. Awesome. I'm very happy for you if you can report those numbers. Juan Garcia says, going to purchase a 2007 Toyota Sienna. It's time to move on up! ! Excel. That's where the money is, my friend. Good. And then get your TCP. That's it. And Juan, when you have your TCP and you are starting to do numbers on Excel, let's have another conversation. We can compare apples and oranges. You will not be disappointed. Nifty says, come to Chicago for parking. You'll be shocked. Is it even worse than San Fran? Really? Is it possible that it's even worse? Mark Rowden says, my plan B is getting work from casinos. Good to have a plan B. Friscan native discussion for a different time, but my pay versus the stories I hear are different tales. I'm a born and raised native San Francisco. Maybe my driving ability and knowledge is what lets me be paid well. Well, you figured it out. You know how to work smart. You know what work hours to work. You know where to be. You figured it out, right? And in any big metropolitan city, busy city, it takes 1 month and you've got it down. You have your formula down. Friscan native says, I own my own house with my own driveway and parking is that bad. Thank you for the response. Good luck with court. Appreciate it. Louis Power Mix vlogs. Are they going to shut down also Uber Eats? No. So if you read this, I think I happen to have it on that screen as you ask. So even if Uber Rides comes to a stop in California, Louis, Uber Eats still has a green light. Okay. I hope that lets your mind rest. Yeah, Isaac, have you ever heard of Via Rideshare? Yes, I've heard mixed stories, good and bad. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Mohammed says, good morning to you. Isaac, you're welcome. Cool. Sherelle says, there is a driver-owned service in San Diego called Bounce. Yes. Can anybody report on Bounce? Are they good? Are they going to bounce over to LA? Are they going to bounce to San Francisco if Uber and Lyft leave? Baradaka says, I used to make 7 to 10K a month driving Lyft and Uber before COVID. Is it possible to make that amount with Uber Eats? What market? I wouldn't be the person to ask, but I'd like to know from people in your market whether that's possible. Gerald Bryan says, GM, good morning. How are you? Rick Nelson says, my backup is Postmates and Amazon Flex. Good for you. It's good to see Rick Nelson the other day in Long Beach. Jason Ferris, can you flash Dara, please? I'll do that. Not today. Not today. Just flashed him the other day in the last one. Louis, thank you. Appreciate you having you here. Sorry, my coffee hasn't kicked in. You have a great week, Louis. You and your family stay safe. Stay healthy. So this morning, many years back, I helped out a non-profit planet, I think it was called Planet Hope. And it was run by Kelly Stone, the sister of Sharon Stone. Was invited to their house a few times, actually even went there for a Christmas party. I read this morning that Kelly Stone has COVID-19, lost her grandmother to COVID. Her husband, Mr. Zinger, I also met him, also has COVID, and I hope and pray they get better. And if you check out today's news, this is them, both of them. That's the lady I did a lot of marketing for, a lot of fundraising for her. Met her, very cool person. And read this morning that Kelly remains in the hospital after testing COVID for the coronavirus. The actress, 62, shared photos of Kelly's hospital room on Instagram yesterday. My sister Kelly, who already has lupus, so she already has a compromised immune system. I know they went up to Montana to try and get away from the hustle and bustle in LA to be safe up in Montana. And apparently she only left the house once to go to a pharmacy, and she believes that's where she contracted COVID-19. So I hope you get well, Kelly. And I can tell you, she is a remarkable person doing remarkable things for people that are not as privileged as we are, right? I remember one Christmas, oh my gosh, how many years ago was it? Kelly, Sharon Stone, myself, 20, 30 people were helping, getting all these, Shaq O'Neal was the main guy, and they did a drive, like a Christmas drive down in downtown LA, handing out presents to kids that Skid Row that didn't have the means, their parents didn't have the means to buy them Christmas presents. So her organization, Planet Hope, raised a ton of money and bought a whole bunch of Christmas gifts that I had the privilege of joining, handing out, and seeing the joy on these kids' faces. So I hope you pull through. I hope you and your husband get well. I really do. Shocking. Tesla Tom says, my motto is, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Arm wrestler Guy says, if Jeff Bezos did Rideshare, I believe it would be epic. Yeah, if he would do Rideshare, he would do it properly. I mean, he has the infrastructure to do it. You know, look what he's done with Prime. Look how many jobs he created for Prime drivers. I mean, you see them every day, right? Those Amazon Prime vans, you see them everywhere. The guy knows what he's doing. So, you know, as far as being a CEO of his company, or the president, or the major shareholder of his company, I mean, I think he would put people like Dara Kay and John Zimmer to shame. I agree with you. Daniel Sanchez says, how do I activate Uber Eats on the driver's app? Well, I think just go on to Uber Eats and do the setup. Sign up for Uber Eats so that it is activated. Doesn't mean that you automatically can just activate it. I don't think so. Glenn Turner. Glenn from Massachusetts in the house. Yeah, well, That is true, Wicked Hustle Guy. Have we seen how Amazon treats the employees? Not great. Akraf Amin says Uber knows that the market now is down. That's why they treated. That's why they threatened to leave California. They just want to make precision to the state and drivers. Wicked Hustle Guy, thanks for that feedback. He says, I had to call support and they activated it for me. So follow that. Follow those instructions. Contact support and have them activated. Paradark Car says, it's all about the money. That's usually what it is. Money, money, money isn't funny in the rideshare world. Okay, folks, we're on the 1 hour mark. Uber right now, this very minute, is under $30. It's trading at 29. Let's see, refreshing, 29.57. Anybody following the playoffs? Anybody following Champions League soccer? Bayern Munich thumped Barcelona 8-2. The last four teams, German team Leipzig, German team Bayern Munich, French team Paris Saint-Germain, and Lyon, the final four in Champions League. And then we have 16 teams starting tonight, I believe. Tonight, the playoffs, NBA. Something to get excited about, right? Something to get excited about. I'm excited about these NBA playoffs. I'm excited to see the Lakers back in there. We shall see. Lakers play the bottom. Who do they play? I think it is NBA playoffs. So game one today. Oh, they're playing it right now. Right now. Game one, Jazz against Nuggets. Nuggets are up 8-7. Today at 1 p.m., Raptors against Nets. Today, game one, 76ers against Celtics. Any Massachusetts fans out there or Massachusetts drivers? Game one today as well at 6 p.m., Mavericks, Dallas Mavericks against Clippers. Our home team here, Clippers. Tomorrow, here it is, tomorrow at 6 p.m., Trailblazers against Lakers. Thunder against Rockets. Heat against Pacers tomorrow at 1 p.m. and Magic against Bucks at 10:30 a.m. Bucks look hot. Lakers look pretty good. Interesting. Lakers, Laker Nation. Let's bring it home for. I would be so happy if the Lakers brought it home for Kobe Bryant and dedicated that trophy to Kobe Bryant. That is what's motivating them. Play for Kobe. I heard it's really good, The Last Dance on Netflix. Thank you. Good tip. Scott says, yes, agreed. Cesar Gabriel Hernandez. Yesterday in Colombia, the gig workers were protesting for the same rights. Yeah, excellent. Glad Colombia is standing up. Fantastic. Davy De Los Santos. Trip is on fire. Trip ain't happening, dude. You're talking about trips? Bob McNulty, oh my God, don't even get me started. You get what I don't know if it's the same trip that you talking. You spell the TRIP. At one stage there were TRYP. They can't make up their minds whether they are TRYP or TRIP. But I still find it amusing, and I enjoy watching how motivated some of these trip people are to part with their money, to part with their $150 and drink the Kool-Aid, the blue Kool-Aid. Good luck. Good luck to you there, Mr. Tripster. 8/24 is Kobe Day. Mamba strong, exactly. Let's do it for the Mamba. Maurice Samuel says, thank you for all you do and don't take the wooden nickels. Absolutely correct. Ed Steigelmeier. It's all a trip. Trip is tripping. Juan Garcia, 57 people in the room and only 29 likes. Come on, man. Come on. Let's get it to 45. And we got 39 for the first, 39. The highest bidder with 39. Lady in the back, we got a 40, we got a 40, we got a German, we got a 40, we got a 40. The lady in the back there, 40. Gentlemen, any gentleman in the house, we got 41. And we got a 40 in the house, we got a 40. We got a 41 there in the front row. Thank you for the bid, 41. Anybody want on a 42? Anybody for a 42? Anybody who bidders for a 42? 41 for the first. We get jumped up to 43. Thank you to the people in the back row. Thank you. 43. Let's go. We're going to go 43 for the first. Do we have a 44? We got a 44. Thank you very much for the bid in the front there. Second row. Any people in the middle there? Anybody at 44? We got a 45. We're going up. We're climbing. We got a 45. We got a 45. Anybody for a 46? 46. 46. We got a 46 for the first. Thank you. We got a 46, 46. We got a 47. Wow, we're driving it up. We got a 47. We got a 47. Anybody for a 48? San Diego Rideshare Pro. Thomas Gibson in the house. Anybody for a 47? Anybody for a 48? Anybody for a 48? Thomas, does this look familiar? And we got a 47. We got a 47 for the first. Do we have a 47 for the second? We got a 47 for the second and 47 for the third. 47 wins the highest bid. Acknowledge that, my friend. Well done. Congratulations. Epic. Whoop, 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 whoop. And this afternoon's video is dedicated to you, my friend. Enjoy. Dedicated a video to Thomas Gibson, who wanted me to do a refresher on the 10-point rideshare plan. Done. It's in the queue, and it'll be pushed out. I don't know, maybe get pushed out 11. I'm not sure. Maybe it just got pushed out. P. Wham says, invest in SHLL before the merger. Thank you for that tip. Sherelle Charlie, San Diego Rideshare Pro, do you drive for Bounce too? No, I don't think he bounces around with Bounce. Jason Ferris, let's flush. Okay, Jason Ferris has asked me so nicely. And we are going to do a royal flusher. Danny, do you want to do the honors and pull the toilet? You want to flush him down, Danny, for us? Okay, Dana's going to do the honors. We have Dara, wet, stinky. Okay, Dana, I'm going to hold on. You don't flush before I put the crap. There we go, Dara. I'm not going to touch him with my hands. So, all right, do it, Danu. And Danu is coming back up again. You got to flush again. Oh yeah, she flushed him down good. He's gone. Enjoy those pipes. There we go. We flushed him, the royal flusher. And will Dara get the royal flush if he exits the California market? Me thinks yes. Yeah, the stock is already going down. Look at it. I mean, it's down to 29.58. You still need a sewer system to flush Dara. All right, my friends, happy Monday. Be safe, be healthy, take good care of yourselves. Hit those big numbers. Have an amazing week. Thank you for joining our house. Mondays, I appreciate all the input. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the suggestions. I appreciate all the contributions and the good content that you bring to the rideshare world. Amen to that. And give all of yourselves a huge slap on your shoulders. Congratulate yourselves, right? Because you're safe, you're healthy, you're smart, right? And you move on. We march towards 2021, my friends, right? Thank you. That's it. Pat, pat, pat. You got to pat yourself on your backs and say, I'm doing great. And you are. You are great. I appreciate you. I appreciate your good energy in this room, right? And we will keep on marching. We will keep on standing up for what's right, right? We have morals, we have ethics, we have values, and we have a spine, right? As long as we have that spine and we've got the brain and the power, we will keep on producing. God bless you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. We're we're over 50 people in the room. Very happy there. Sherelle spreading the love. Look at that. Rainbow. And I got 48 likes. I could not be happier. I'm super happy. Thank you for that. And let's change that culture in the rideshare business. If everyone had as much culture as you, the world would be a better. Well, that's very kind of you to say that. But I believe that all of us move in that culture. We're on the right side of culture. It's up to them to change the culture of toxicity, lies, manipulation, bullying. Let us change it for them, or let us keep on shining the light on that, right? Merci. Dankeschön. Spasiba. Thank you. Gracias. Mille grazie. Have a great one. Thank you all. Enjoy. And to everyone.